U.S. Army and Airborne. U.S. Army Zone. Spotlight tattoo. The Old Guard also maintains while also conducting service to our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, the third infantry. Today with the U.S. Army flight. Was formed with troops from 27 National Guard units stretching across. The band has also served in support of numerous state active duty missions, including cleanup efforts following Hurricane Sandy, distribution support during COVID-19, and recently support for New York State Corrections. Commanded by Chief Warrant Officer 2 Ethan Wagner and led by Drum Major Sergeant First Class Drew Gans, the band is performing Over There, written in 1917 by Broadway composer and recipient of the Congressional Gold Medal, George M. Cohan. The World War I uniform signifying the soldiers who served our nation during this time. When the Americans entered the Great War, our soldiers, under the command of General Blackjack Pershing, hit the trenches in the new standard. It was the olive drab winter service uniform. Now on their heads you see a steel helmet with sand-textured paint built to deflect deadly shrapnel from above. Not bulletproof, but battle tough. Nicknamed the Pershing boot, on their feet was the N1918 French boot. It was designed to survive the brutal grind of trench warfare. And on their backs, field powder. Incidentally, the 42nd Infantry Division was deployed to heavy combat abroad and were then deployed again in World War II, ultimately liberating the Dachau concentration camp. The 42nd responded to the terrorist attacks on 9/11. Later, the war on terrorism, the rainbow stretched across the world again, flying Iraq and Afghanistan. Thundering into view, the pride of Fort Zelle, the U.S. Army Artillery Half Section. This is literally powered by horsepower and heritage. This elite ceremonial unit honors the legacy of the Army's horse-drawn artillery. With precision, discipline, and 6 majestic horses pulling a vintage 1918 caisson, the half section keeps tradition alive and rolling strong, representing the power, pride, and precision of America's field artillery. This is Fort Zelle's finest, ladies and gentlemen. Special thanks to our sponsor, Form Energy. World War II, a global fight for freedom. In history's darkest hour,
oh, you did like a shit. That's true. Yeah.
From bombers to fighters to transports, U.S. Army aircraft flying the Thunder across the skies in World War II. Take a look out there, ladies and gentlemen. Flying overhead right now, they are fast, they are troops, and the biggest pursuit to Virginia right over Tokyo. Leading up front, the mighty B-25 Mitchell. Up next, the Cadillac in the sky, the P-51 Mustang. from the sky, we're back down on the ground. In World War II, he did the This is the 82nd Airborne Ceremonial Band. The 82nd received the nickname of Americans after a contest as it represented the diverse origins of its members every state. This name remains today symbolized by their iconic double-A badge. Fort Bragg's finest, ladies and gentlemen. Give a big round of applause to the 82nd Airborne Ceremonial Band.
Thank catch. Oh.
Battlefield essentials. The M1 built to protect under fire, and the M1 Garand rifle. It gave American troops a very clear. Just that called the M1 rifle the greatest battle implement ever designed. And history. The 82nd Airborne Division, unit is best known for their bravery on D-Day, when 12,000 parachute and glider troops destroyed German supply lines after fighting for 33 days straight. The 101st Airborne Division, based out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky, traces its lineage back to 1918, when it first established as the 101st Division. Those were the
and about 10 or 15 minutes ago, you saw parachute jumpers. One of them was delivered a flag to President Trump. So the stage is back there, the bandstand, the grandstand is back there. President Trump is there, Vice President Vance, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, a number of secretaries and other government officials.
Of the U.S. Armed Forces, showing its military might in World War II. It became one of the most influential tank designs of the 20th century. The M4 tank was nicknamed the Sherman tank after seeing more definite actually was made by the British. With almost 50,000 in World War II, the Sherman tank was in active service until 1957. In World War II, the M16 half-track was a force to be reckoned with. It was a self-propelled anti-aircraft. Nicknamed the Lee Chopper, its quad 50 admitted, quite devastating. It served through Korea, Vietnam, games and used in U.S. allies to this day. The M16 half-track brings the fight where it borders.
Thank you.
The U.S. Army Transportation Corps motto states, nothing happens.
I'm here. I found the way.
They can move on. Cargo was the backbone of the Red Ball Express. They died after D-Day in World War II. The Korean War, often referred to as the Forgotten War, began in 1950 with the North Korean Army invasion of South Korea. A coalition of South Korea, the United States, and other United Nations interests the coalition defeated Chinese offensives in the spring of 1951. Armistice negotiations began shortly after that defeat in July 1951. So the armistice was signed 2 years later in 1953. Combat consisted of small attacks, raids, and patrol. During this war, the United States deployed approximately 6.8 million military forces.
That's it.
That's fucking awesome.
Thank you, bro.
I can take a picture real quick.
Yeah, both of us. Hold on a second.
Well, I think Paul makes an interesting point. There are.
I got roped into a liberal interview by the Smithsonian. They were like, "Oh, can we talk to you for a second?" And he asked one question. I was like, "Nope, I'm out."
Army paraphernalia with who are veterans, moms of veterans, and wives of veterans.
So here we are,
daughters of
Bruce
veterans,
And this is? I'm Zach. What's up, Zach? Pleasure. What are you doing here today? Of course, it's 250th anniversary birthday. Absolutely on me. Don't worry about Donald Trump. It's fine. He's here rocking it out. That's cool too. But we're here to represent America. Amen, bro. That's it. We're here to represent America. And here they come, guys. More parade. Let's go. Cheers. Pill.net. I'm number 3, beermen.tv. Number 3. All one word, beermen.tv. Q Wayne. W-A-Y-N-E. Like Batman, Bruce Wayne. With a Q in the middle. With a Q in the middle. Reach out. Send me a photo and I'll, yeah. There they are. There they are.
Standing ready to serve, it remains an enduring symbol of the 1st Cavalry Division's legacy and the band performance hit the liver of pride on March 25th. Texas. The U.S. Army deployed large numbers of troops in support of the Vietnam War. The first contingent of U.S. Army advisors arrived in Vietnam. By January 1969,